Hello, Golden State Warriors fan! We're back with an exclusive video bringing you the latest updates. First of all, subscribe to the channel and like the video. It's crucial for you to stay informed with the news daily. Without further ado, let's get to the news. The rumor that is shaking the entire basketball world right now starts quietly, almost like a whisper behind the scenes, but grows louder with every passing hour. Because what people are saying is that GIANNIS Antetokounmpo has finally given a symbolic yes to the Golden State Warriors, not a signed contract, not an official announcement, but the kind of green light that makes executives lose sleep and fan bases explode with imagination. The talk is that the Warriors, sensing a rare opening, decided to push all their chips to the center of the table, increasing their offer in ways that go beyond money, touching legacy, culture, and the promise of a basketball environment designed to maximize greatness. This is not being framed as a cold transaction, but as a story of destiny, of timing, of a superstar potentially feeling that his current chapter may be approaching a crossroads. Around the league, insiders are hinting that conversations intensified, tones changed, and suddenly the impossible began to feel just slightly realistic. The idea of GIANNIS in that system, moving with freedom, surrounded by shooting and intelligence, is the kind of thought that makes analysts pause mid-sentence. The Warriors are believed to be selling a vision, one where GIANNIS is not just another star, but the next pillar of an evolving dynasty. And that alone is enough to make the NBA tremble with anticipation. From the Warriors' perspective, this rumored move is being treated internally as a once-in-a-generation swing, the kind you take knowing history will judge you no matter the outcome. The speculation suggests that the front office recalibrated everything, from long-term flexibility to short-term sacrifice, all to present GIANNIS with an offer that speaks to ambition rather than comfort. People close to the situation describe a pitch built around basketball purity, emphasizing ball movement, defensive versatility, and a locker room culture that has already proven it knows how to nurture superstars without suffocating them. The Warriors are rumored to believe that GIANNIS, at this stage of his career, may be craving a different challenge, one where the pressure is shared and the artistry of the game is celebrated as much as raw dominance. There is also talk that the organization highlighted how his unique skill set could unlock new dimensions of their system, turning theoretical spacing into devastating reality. This is not about replacing anyone, but about evolving, about blending eras into something new and unpredictable. As this speculation circulates, rival executives are said to be uneasy, because the idea of Golden State landing another generational force feels unfair, almost surreal, yet dangerously plausible given the franchise's track record of bold moves paying off. On the GIANNIS side of the rumor mill, the narrative being whispered is far more emotional and complex than a simple desire to leave or stay. Sources suggest that his supposed yes is not a rejection of loyalty, but an openness to listening, to imagining himself in a different basketball universe where expectations are high but shared. The Warriors' pitch is rumored to have resonated because it framed him not as a savior, but as a collaborator, someone who could elevate and be elevated at the same time. There is talk that GIANNIS has long admired the Warriors' style from afar, the way stars move without the ball, the way trust is embedded into every possession. This admiration, combined with a sense that his own legacy is already secure yet still expandable, allegedly created fertile ground for these conversations to deepen. People close to him are careful to say nothing is final, yet they acknowledge that his mindset may be more flexible than ever before. The rumor paints a picture of a superstar weighing not just rings, but joy, creativity, and the daily experience of the game. In that context, a yes does not mean departure is imminent, but it does mean the door is no longer closed. And that alone is enough to send shockwaves through the league, around the NBA. The reaction to these whispers has been a mix of disbelief, anxiety, and grudging respect for the Warriors' audacity. Executives from other teams are rumored to be recalculating their own plans, knowing that if Golden State actually pulls this off, the balance of power could tilt dramatically. Analysts on television and online are speaking in hypotheticals, dissecting fit, impact, and consequences, while fans oscillate between excitement and dread depending on their allegiance. The league thrives on stars, but it also thrives on uncertainty. And this rumor injects both in massive doses. There is a sense that even if this deal never materializes, the mere fact that it is being seriously discussed signals a new phase of aggressive ambition from the Warriors. It suggests that no name is too big, no scenario too wild, If the potential reward is transformative, the NBA is a league of copycats, and if this strategy gains traction, others may follow with equally bold pursuits. For now, though, all eyes are on this singular possibility. This tantalizing vision of GIANNIS wearing different colors, redefining rivalries, and rewriting narratives that once seemed fixed in stone. As the speculation continues to snowball, the Warriors' increased offer is being described not just as competitive but creative. Layered with assurances that extend beyond the hardwood, the rumor suggests they emphasized stability, innovation, and a front office willing to adapt around its stars rather than force them into rigid molds. This approach allegedly struck a chord, presenting the Warriors as a franchise that understands the modern superstar's needs and aspiration. The idea is that GIANNIS would not be asked to carry everything alone, but to amplify what is already there, to become part of a collective intelligence that has defined Golden State's best years. Insiders hint that the conversations explored how his defensive dominance could elevate their schemes, how his transition power could thrive alongside elite shooting, and how his leadership could blend seamlessly with an established winning culture. This is all still rumor, still speculation, but it is detailed enough to feel tangible, almost rehearsed. The league, meanwhile, watches with a mixture of fascination and concern, aware that if even a fraction of this becomes reality, the competitive landscape could shift in ways that ripple for years. For now, the story lives in the space between possibility and fantasy, a space where the NBA feels most alive. The most intriguing part of this entire situation may be how it reflects the evolving psychology of superstars in today's game. The rumor of GIANNIS saying yes, even conditionally, is being interpreted as a sign that legacy is no longer just about staying put or chasing isolated glory. It is about choosing environments that align with personal values, basketball philosophy, and long-term fulfillment. The Warriors, in this speculative narrative, represent a place where excellence is systemic, where stars are empowered rather than isolated. That idea alone is powerful enough to attract attention from any elite player. As fans debate and commentators speculate, the story grows, fed by imagination and the very real precedent of unlikely moves reshaping the league. Whether this rumor ends in confirmation or quiet denial, it has already achieved something significant. It has reminded everyone that in the NBA, certainty is fragile, ambition is contagious, and even the most established truths can be questioned. The Warriors increasing their offer and GIANNIS allegedly responding with openness is not just a headline, it is a symbol of a league perpetually on the edge of transformation. The second wave of speculation takes this rumor even deeper, suggesting that behind closed doors, the Warriors are positioning this potential move as a cultural reset, rather than a simple roster upgrade. The talk is that they are selling GIANNIS on the idea of being the bridge between eras, the player who helps transition a proud franchise into its next dominant form. This is not framed as chasing past glory, but as inventing something new, something that blends proven principles with fresh energy. The whispers imply that GIANNIS is intrigued by the intellectual side of this challenge, the idea of testing himself in a system that demands constant movement, quick decisions, and trust in teammates. For a player often defined by physical dominance, this represents an opportunity to further expand his game's narrative. The Warriors, according to the rumor, believe that this intellectual appeal could be just as persuasive as any contractual detail. Around the league, this approach is being quietly admired, even by rivals who hope it fails. The NBA has always been a theater of ideas as much as athleticism, and this potential union feels like a collision of philosophies that could redefine how teams pursue and integrate superstars in the future. There is also growing chatter about how this rumored yes has already influenced conversations elsewhere in the league. Other teams, sensing instability or opportunity, are said to be reevaluating their own stars and strategies, preparing for a domino effect that could follow if the Warriors actually land GIANNIS. The idea that one move could trigger a cascade of adjustments is part of what makes this rumor so intoxicating. Front offices thrive on leverage, and the mere possibility of GIANNIS changing teams alters negotiations across the board. Players talk, agents listen, and suddenly everyone is more aware that no situation is completely static. In this climate, the Warriors' aggressive posture is being interpreted as both a challenge and an invitation, daring others to be just as bold. GIANNIS, meanwhile, is rumored to be handling the noise with characteristic calm, aware that every whispered word carries weight. His alleged openness is not reckless, but measured, signaling that he understands the power of his position in shaping not just his own future, but the league's broader narrative. Before we continue, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Dubs updates. Let's keep going. From a fan perspective, this rumor has ignited endless debates about fit, chemistry, and fairness. Supporters of the Warriors are dreaming out loud, imagining sequences that feel almost unfair, while fans of other teams brace themselves for a reality they would rather avoid. The idea of GIANNIS in Golden State triggers memories of past super teams, reigniting old arguments about balance and competition. Yet there is also a sense that this would be different, not a shortcut, but a convergence of basketball minds. The Warriors' system demands sacrifice, movement, and accountability, qualities that align with how GIANNIS is often described by those who know him best. This alignment is what gives the rumor its credibility, making it feel less like fantasy and more like a plausible evolution. As discussions rage across social platforms and talk shows, the league's attention remains locked on this unfolding narrative, aware that even unresolved, it is shaping perceptions and expectations in real time. The financial and strategic layers of this speculation add yet another dimension to the story. The Warriors increasing their offer is rumored to involve not just numbers, but flexibility, long-term planning, and a willingness to adapt the roster around GIANNIS rather than forcing him into a pre-existing mold. This is a significant shift from traditional star acquisitions, suggesting a more collaborative approach to team building. Insiders hint that this philosophy may have been a decisive factor in GIANNIS' supposed yes, or at least his openness, for a player who has often emphasized growth and learning. The promise of an organization willing to evolve alongside him is deeply appealing. This rumor paints the Warriors as students of the game, constantly refining their methods, and GIANNIS as a potential co-author of their next chapter. In a league where egos and rigidity often clash, this image stands out, making the speculation feel grounded in shared values, rather than pure opportunism. As the NBA continues to buzz, one thing becomes clear: this rumor has already achieved legendary status, regardless of its eventual outcome. The idea of Giannis Antetokounmpo saying yes to the Warriors, even tentatively, has ignited imaginations and forced the league to confront its own assumptions about loyalty, ambition, and power. It reminds everyone that the NBA is not just a collection of teams, but a living narrative shaped by choices, conversations, and moments of daring. The Warriors increasing their offer, and GIANNIS allegedly responding in kind, symbolizes a willingness to dream big, to risk criticism in pursuit of something extraordinary. Whether this story ends in confirmation or dissolves into myth, it has already left its mark, shaking the league and reminding fans why basketball rumors, at their best, feel like the opening chapter of an epic yet to be written. Stay updated exclusively with the latest Dub Nation news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep getting daily updates on the Warriors. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Your input is essential for the Dubs community. Stay tuned for the next video.